Hi, random Vlogmas.
Hi.
Hi, Clara.
Hi,
So, thank you for
Kat.
joining. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So, thank you for
No,
joining
thank you
me.
for inviting me.
Oh,
I'm like 21 days quarantine and yeah, it's good to
did
have
I?
this chat.
Yeah, I think I kept. Is my video on private? Okay, no, it's not. It's not. I was thinking like I'm doing this alone. It was so random. I wasn't sure if it's private or not private. But hi, Ashley. Thank you for joining our random Vlogmas live.
Hi,
Seriously,
Ashley.
it's so random because I was thinking of what to add for my vlogmas because for vlogmas you need to do it every single day, right? Every day I need to film. Like I just finished editing one video.
Wow. So looking
Yeah, I know.
forward.
Yeah, it's tough. Actually, I don't know how YouTubers commit to a vlogmas. It's so much commitment. It's actually so much planning before the vlogmas, and then you actually have to edit and then post every single day. So I have been trying, but then I sort of screwed up
Wow.
yesterday. So I
Well,
have to
how
do a
many
double.
how many hours do you think you dedicate to like editing each Vlogmas? I know
Oh, I
you're really
dedicate,
fast though.
yeah, maybe 2 or 3 hours. I sit down and then just edit it. But
Wow.
but because I'm trying to keep every vlog kind of short, right? Kind of a little short, maybe 7, 8 minutes, just a quick snippet of the day. I can edit it within less than 2 hours because it's short. But then I just don't want to do vlogs, just like me, because my life is so boring. Okay, like that.
No, it's
I
not
don't.
boring. Like most of our lives are boring. We don't have
Yeah.
like very glamorous lives like every day.
So because of that, I was thinking of mixing it up with like Lux chit chats, and then mixing it up with like random live streams so that we can all talk together, because this is the new trend of YouTube, having lives and just chatting and talking to everyone and seeing everyone, right? So hi everybody, Ching,
Hi.
Kaylee, hello, hello.
Hi
So
everyone.
thank you,
Hi
Clara, for
Joe.
joining.
Hi Dina. No, thank you. And I really like these live ones because it's quite raw actually. We didn't prepare for this. So what you're seeing and hearing is really just very fresh and raw and unedited, really.
Unedited, yeah, because it's not like the weekly luxury live shows, right? Where we sort of, myself and Amy, because you guys don't see it, right? What you don't see is that after every live, so for me it finishes around what time do we finish? Like 2 o'clock, and then Amy will
Mm.
finish at around 10. We actually stay back and we talk. Okay, first we chat about random things, but then after that we will start to plan for the following week or maybe the couple of weeks. And by the time I am done or she's done, it's like 4 p.m. for me, and for her, it's, I don't know, midnight or something. And then
Yeah, it's long hours. It's like
long hours actually.
4 hour thing. Yeah.
Mm. And then we'll talk,
Plus
and then I'll be
the
eating my
work.
lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Last time yesterday, my meal came at 12 and then I was like just eating between like 3 to 4. Yeah. All right. I
So I
think
mean,
we have
we're not
quite
complaining. It's just that that luxury live show, it's become such a routine for us, myself and Amy, that right
Mhm.
now it's kind of it's a process and we're used to it. So like today's
Mm.
live is super random. It's a vlogmas
Yeah,
live,
very
and
random. It's just very raw. Chit chat with the girls
so Clara,
and the guys if there are any guys.
how is your quarantine?
My quarantine is doing okay. I'm on day 8 now, so it is a 21 days quarantine. So, for those of you who are new, cats currently in Malaysia, I'm currently in Hong Kong, and we have a zero COVID policy. So basically, anyone coming in from any country that has Omicron has to quarantine for 21 days in a designated hotel. So what does that mean? Basically, you go into your room and you're not allowed to step out. Like literally, they have CCTVs outside. So if you step like outside, they are gonna come like, sorry, we got to take you to Penny's Bay. And this is like a government facility where you have to spend the next 21 days. I mean, it's a clean and good facility, but obviously you don't want to be dragged out to some facility, right? So, but so far I'm very fortunate. I am staying in a really beautiful hotel, so the food is really good. I have a nice view, and if some of you saw my video, I prepared a lot of things like a treadmill, a portable washing machine. What else? I have a workstation set up and everything. So far so good. And yeah, the only thing is, the doorbell. I feel like Pavlov's dog. Did you study in psychology? When they ring the bell, the dog salivates. So every day at like 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, no, 7 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, like you hear ding dong, pat 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 pat. It's like they send you the food. So like every day, like I've been like conditioned like a dog or like a pig, right? Because I've been eating so much food. So they do that, and then they test me like 10 times during 30 days to make sure I'm negative. So yeah.
Gwen's asking, was the Chanel mini or micro bag worth the quarantine? The answer for me was a yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the Chanel mini bag, I mean, I love it. So yeah. So I mainly visited, like, honestly, to do 21 days quarantine, you're only going to do it if
It's
you're going
no
to like
joke.
visit family, right? So visiting family was worth the quarantine. This was just a bonus.
Yeah, that's a bonus. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have zero tolerance to COVID. So I can see that some people are from Kansas. Hey, just leave a comment. Like, where are you guys from? Where is everybody from? I saw Kansas. I saw Philippines. Hi, Miss G, of course. And then I think we got some
Yeah.
Singaporeans. Hi, Joe. So zero tolerance. Okay, that is like
Yeah.
that means if you actually go to China or you go to Hong Kong like today and you get quarantined, you can come out and walk around. It's 100% safe. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
I'm,
gotta
yeah.
suffer through it, right? 21 days.
So, yeah, is it pricey to quarantine? So yes, it's self-paid. Unless you get
California.
pulled to the government facility, that is free. So would you rather not pay and go to the government facility, or would you pay and pick your hotel? So some hotels are actually quite poor. So some people have said they'd rather go to the government facility, but obviously I have picked a more expensive hotel, so actually the experience has been okay so far, but it's day 8. I might be crazy by day 20, so we'll see.
Yeah. In Malaysia and Singapore, I think the policy is is it free? I can't remember. No, for Singapore, it's not free at all. It doesn't matter. There's no government facility for Singapore. Basically, if you were to quarantine in Singapore, it's a standard rate. It's like 150 Singapore dollars a night, and you have
Wow, not cheap
no
either.
not cheap. So if you stay 14 days, it was like I remember in total I paid just under 3,000 Singapore dollars, about
Right.
2008, because I had to
Wow, not
include
cheap.
and I did it twice, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So that's a handbag, okay, people. That's a handbag.
Mm.
Haven't even include my Malaysia quarantine. I'm just talking about Singapore quarantine. So um I had to pay the COVID test on my own. It includes
Yeah.
the COVID test and you arrive and you're going out, plus the hotel. And I think, and then transportation as well. You cannot, well, that's a little bit like $30, but transportation as well. So in all, I know each time was like just under 3,000, 2008, like that. And then for Malaysia, I think you could stay at the like kind of like government allocated hotels, which are more of like I guess cheaper hotels, and it's sort of cheaper. Like I think maybe like 100 ringgit a night, so that's about $30. So it's standard. But if you don't want to stay there because you want to 14 days, you want to stay in something better, it is you can go to, they had individual hotels. They had some hotels that were sort of like registered to be quarantine hotels. Then you call the hotel and then you pay the price there. So it's like Hilton. They were charging, I think 300 ringgit a night, which is Singapore dollars 100. But still, if you're coming from, let's say another country, it's like 300 a night for nothing. So it's still a lot of
Wow.
money. Like
It is a lot of money, and
oh
yeah, I mean, Yeah, 21 days is a lot. And in Hong Kong, the prices are not
21 days a
regulated.
lot.
So basically, the hotel can charge you whatever they want. So
Oh.
it's a market price, or like, it's kind of like when you go to the restaurant, it's a market price. When you order a special dish, they put market price. It's a bit like that because they are in high demand because people want to go home and see their family for Christmas and come back. But obviously, it to 40 hotels, and those hotels have discretion on how much they want to charge. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
I
think no
could have
choice.
yeah, I'm paying very, very expensive. I can
Buy a couple of bags.
probably buy a couple of bags and maybe even one extremely high-end bag.
We don't want to talk
Ouch,
about it,
yeah.
okay? We don't want to talk about it
Yeah,
because
let's not talk
now
about it.
it's done
So
deal. Okay, done
sad.
deal.
So sad.
Family first, because you haven't
Yes,
been
family
home
first.
anyway. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
At least the food is good, right? At least the food is
Yes, the food
fantastic.
is very good, so I can't complain. There are no cockroaches in there, no bugs, and so yeah.
It's good to see everyone here. So thank you, Clara. We'll wait for your lunch. Actually, curious when your lunch comes in. It's coming at 12, right? Take a look at
Yeah,
your
you'll
lunch.
hear the ding dong at around 12ish.
Oh wow, it was so many people. So California, Calgary, Seattle. Yeah, Sonia, it's really expensive. Hi, Miss Animalie. All right, so actually we also have like some chit chats, right? We kind of semi prepared. Like, let's talk about this. So I'm gonna pull out a couple of banners, and since we are gonna chat, right? I know some of you getting ready for work. Because right now what I'm doing on my Vlogmas, and I think I might continue it, is that I do my Lux chit chats. So I've always been doing Lux chit chats, but now I'm like putting my makeup and doing Lux chit chat at the same time. It's kind of like trying to kill two birds with one stone because I need to get ready anyway. So what I've been asking is everyone in those Lux chit chats to sort of suggest a topic to talk about. It doesn't have to be so intense, but it can be anything. So many people have given really, really great like suggestions for topics, and I actually already done one Lux chit chat a couple of days ago. I just haven't edited it, so maybe I'll do that this afternoon. But I'm gonna ask whoever is here, because I'm not gonna answer. I'm not gonna give my answer because I already gave it in a video. But I'm gonna ask Clara and all of you. Just comment. I can't change my comments. I can't change my videos. I'm not gonna refilm it. So here we go. The question was, okay, and I think it was from a subscriber. Her name EUE asked, "Do you love your luxury goods less once it's damaged? Do you love it less?"
This is a good question, and I'd be interested to see what everyone else thinks. So I think it depends to the extent of the damage. So I always hear, like, if some of you watch Tamara, she said, people are to be loved and goods are to be used and not the other way around. So goods are expected to be used, and so you will have some sort of wear and tear. So I don't mind if there's like regular wear and tear. It may mean different things to different people. Like, for example, like my bracelets, like my Cartier Justin Clue, I know when people first get it, it's like, oh, am I gonna like scratch it? There's like scratches on it, but like after a while, it's gonna have scratches all over it, and I don't mind it. It doesn't really show up that much, and this is what defines my items. And as long as it's not like broken, like the hinge is broken, or the nail has fallen off, I'm okay with it. I don't love it less. I actually love it more because the type of wear and tear was made by me. And I know the type of wear and tear, exactly how it happened, why it happened, and it kind of defines the item that actually belongs to me. So it gives it its uniqueness. Okay. But if, say, for example, the damage was so bad it was not usable, like, to me, that is damage. Okay. And I have a couple of examples of that. So I think I shared with Kat. There was one day I had my Loewe puzzle. I have a Loewe puzzle. It's a pink one.
Oh,
Some of you may have seen my video on it. I really like that bag and I used it a lot. And there was one winter I stored it away together with some dehumidifying packs. And the dehumidifying pack inside the bag, it leaked. And so the edges and the corner of the bag now has the leather has kind of hardened. So you can still use the bag, but it's actually, you can see along the edges that that part is hardened. So I did try to still continue using that bag despite the damage to the bag, but unfortunately it really bothers me. So actually for that bag, I use it less and probably gonna let it go. I mean, it's still usable, but it's to a point where I feel it looks damaged. Then I would use it less. The other example is I think I've also shown Kat with Chanel lambskin. So I have a couple of lambskin bags. There's one on my jumbo where there's scratches along the back. What do you call that? The slip pocket. But it doesn't
one
bother
underneath
me.
the
That
pocket?
one's, yeah, is okay. But I do have a coin purse, and I don't know what happened to that one, but that one is to the point where the paint has faded. So it actually, doesn't even look like the color I bought it. So that one looks really damaged, and that one I either have to repaint or throw it away actually because it's so damaged. So I guess for me it depends on the extent of the damage. If it's from a bit of wear and tear, even like light scratches on the lambskin, I'm okay with it. But if it's damaged to the point it's dysfunctional or just totally out of shape, then yeah, unfortunately, I would not love it as much. But regular wear and tear, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's sort of like it reminds you of what you did, right? When it's in that, because you're talking about like the real damage, like what you did to what you, not you did it on purpose, but it was accidental, right? And it just like,
Yeah.
and every time you use it, it sort of reminds you on that occasion. And sort of it kind of irks, like bugs you, right? So in the end,
Yeah,
you're
it
just
does.
not
It does.
interested in wearing it, because then after a while it starts to move to the corner of the closet. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Because every time you look at it, you have this negative feeling. It's kind of like the Marie Kondo. It doesn't spark the same type of joy it did when it did before. Yeah, but I don't know. We're human, like some things you just get bored with over time, and then if it's damaged, then it just goes like way back.
It amplified, right? It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
and you're
amplifies.
damaged.
Yeah. If I really, really loved the item that much and it was damaged, I think I would repurchase it or something. But yeah.
It's a good answer. I'm not gonna say anything because my video has some elements of what you just said, and yeah, I'll just read what everybody's saying. So Ashley is saying, depends who damaged it. Depends who damaged it.
Okay.
Not me. It's not me.
What if
It's
you
who.
damaged it yourself? Would you love it less? Like, does it matter who damaged it? I don't know.
But actually, it's a good point though. I think if I damaged it, I kind of hate myself, but if somebody that I'm like, you. I don't know.
Depends, right?
Gwen, no, I'll wear it to death. Cost per wear. There's a difference if I have an item for collecting reasons.
True.
True. Okay, yeah. So she continued. If it was me, then it's fine. I've been using it. So she's like, depends who damaged it. I'm gonna get that person.
Wow. Whoever is like hanging around Ashley better not stand too close to her back.
She's coming at you. Sonia. Oh, interesting. I had an accident once. I was wearing my YSL handbag and got hit by a bicycle. It scratched and a hole. Oh my gosh, it has a scratch and a hole in it.
That's like a pretty bad accident if it's got a hole.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any bags that actually have a hole.
Oh.
Like, I've had, like, big scratches, but, like, a hole sounds, like,
Wow.
really bad.
Did
Oh my
something puncture
gosh.
into your bag? Like, wow.
Sounds like almost like someone took a knife and
Poke.
like, I don't know, in that case, would you kinda be, like, kinda like the bag, like, shielded you? Because like, they could have put a hole through your arm or something.
Wow.
It's dangerous,
A hit
actually.
by a bicycle. Let me see. So which part of a bicycle? I swear I cannot imagine because there's no sharp corners in. Um, not the handles. Yeah, it's got to be a pretty. Yeah, it's got to be a pretty
Very
fast
sharp.
bicycle. Yeah, you know, I know, sidetrack. Sorry. Yesterday, I was watching. My husband was watching the news, and I know this is a bit morbid, and I'm sorry, it's just talking about accidents, right? So, Clara, my husband was watching. I think on Facebook, there was this news in Hong Kong about a car rolling down the street. Did you see
Oh,
that?
that was so sad. That's so sad. Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Oh
that.
my god! What is that? Lan Kwai Fong?
It's close to the bar area, so the bar area is kinda moved, westward, so there's a street called Peel Street, and it's very hilly, it's, like, very like this, it's very slopey, so the person who parked their car,
Didn't
um
pull the handbrake hard
I don't
enough.
know if they didn't pull the handbrake or you know how you could turn your wheels so that it's, if your car does roll back, it kind of hits the
Wow.
curb. But anyways, either they didn't hit the handbrake or they didn't properly turn the wheel or who knows what, right? So the car, after the two people in the car came out, the car rolled back and actually hit 8 people, and one person actually passed away.
Yeah, so anyway, sorry for the the
Yeah,
sidetrack, but
yeah.
I was shocked because the people were filming and this road is like a busy night street road and the car just came woo, rolling down the
Yeah,
hill. It's
it's
like a
like a
nightmare. Like
very
you're walking and the
narrow
car is
street
coming at you.
with, like, bars along the side, so I'm pretty sure yeah, and even if you wanted to run, it's the sidewalk's very narrow and very hilly, so it was actually quite dangerous, I can imagine was
It was horrifying. You know that movie Indiana Jones where you that big ball that's running like coming towards you.
Yeah,
That is like
yeah.
that, but you got a car rolling down with two doors open and slamming people. I saw it. I had a moment like, oh my god, what happened? So anyway, sorry, that was an accident. But yeah, shocked, and I thought it was Lan Kwai Fong. That's why I remember I wanted to ask you today.
Yeah. I'm s seeing that Sonia said, "It got a hole on the side, it's very small so you can see it well. I got hit really hard, and I do think my bag did shield me a little. His bicycle broke too." Oh my gosh.
Your YSL bag, girl.
I don't know, like, in this case, I'm kinda glad that, of course, we don't want anything bad to happen to your bag, but better for the accident to happen on your bag or, like, on your body, like, it could have pierced through something in your body, which is even worse, so
Oh
there's a Chinese saying called,
wow.
破财挡灾, so
Por
it
choy,
means, like, to
yes.
to lose money to shield the bad fortunes is a bit like
Yep.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Something else damaged, broken with something that you treasure, but it's
Yeah.
actually taking away the luck. I mean, the bad luck that could have actually happened to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
YSL
That's
bag actually protected
protect.
you.
You have to keep it. Sew up that hole, Sonia. Sew it up.
Your good luck. It's like your good luck shield.
Wow, yeah, yeah. Wow, good one. Wow, shocking. I mean, like,
Yeah, shocking.
and the bicycle broke. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. Anyway, let's see what else. Okay, so Ron was saying, I can't help it. Oops, I can't help it. I'm a perfectionist.
Perfectionist.
I think then it will really bug you, right? Because if you had damage and it's like, oh, it just continues to like eat at your feeling towards the bag. Okay, I saw some questions, so we'll just take a look at. Oh, we've got a troll. Is that? I have a troll. Who's Yuri?
Who's it?
Who's Yuri? Yuri, you need an Asian wife? Sorry, I'm married.
All right.
Get rid of. Get rid of.
I got him.
Okay. Okay, got him. All right. So before I go to the next, oh gosh, here's another one. Okay, let's read this one. Another excellent. I went down the slide after my daughter and rubbed my LV Palm Springs backpack's corners.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? You know, when you're going down escalators, there's like this side rubber thing. Like, and if your shoes rub against it and you're wearing like nice shoes, that'll do it too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
You know, my
know.
shoelace, not many years ago when I was still in school, I did, you know, one of those things that you just could not be bothered to tie my shoelace. Like you just this teenager that is being bratty. And I was like, I don't tie my shoelace. And then I decided to go on the escalator. And you know,
gosh.
right at the edge, like when you're stepping off the escalator, that long bit of my shoelace got trapped inside.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, kaboom! I fell forward, and my whole shoe and my leg was being pulled towards the to that escalator, and everyone was screaming, including my mom, because my mom was in front of me. She was like, ah! And I was like, ah!
Did you fall? Where did you fall?
Like,
Did you
because we were
fall?
going down the escalator. So
Yeah.
right at the last step between the escalator and that metal piece, my shoelace
Yeah.
went in. And then
Oh
as
my
the escalator
gosh.
kept rolling, my shoelace went inner and inner, and I was like, ah! And it got tighter and tighter on my foot. And then people were screaming, I was screaming. And then suddenly somebody had the sane mind to press the emergency stop on the escalator.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
it stopped. And then after I got my foot out, obviously, I got a earful from my mom. She's like, I told you to tie your shoelace. You know
Oh
what?
my gosh, that is so scary. You know, speaking of escalators, I've had a lot of scary incidents. Because in Hong Kong there are a lot of escalators inside the buildings. So I used to wear like these 3-4 inch heels, and I used to love to wear like the Jimmy Choo stilettos. Can't wear them anymore. I'm a sneaker girl now. I'm too old for that. So those like little stilettos, they always like slip into, you know how the escalator has those little slots? And
Holes.
every time I get on those escalators, my feet have to go like this because otherwise it gets stuck in the gutter. So there are so many times I'm going down the escalator and suddenly towards the end, I'm like, shit, I'm stuck. I'm stuck, right? So what do you do like in like 4-inch heels, like, and you're stuck in the gutter, right? So there have been a couple of times it got really scary and I had to basically like just like take off
Jump out
my
of your shoes.
shoes and then jump off the escalator and then like go get my shoe back. And like after a couple incidents like that where I felt like I could have killed myself with my Jimmy Choo shoes, is like that was over. No
And
more stilettos. Like it was like
I
like so scary. Yeah, so
and Hong Kong
scary.
escalators are so fast. You're
Yeah,
like, "Ooh."
exactly. So yeah, it's the same concept or idea. So yeah,
Yeah.
escalators
Escalators are
can be
so
bloody.
dangerous, you know. So,
I mean, the
yeah.
damage is one thing, but to get stuck and like keep like going, that's just really bad.
It's okay if you get stuck in Malaysia escalators because they're like, it's like, it's like shit. Oh. But in Hong Kong escalators, not only are the escalators so freaking fast, people are rushing behind you.
Yeah, exactly. It's so dangerous too because if you trip and fall and your fingers or your toes slip, like they can like get cut off. It's like so dangerous.
Yeah, I know. Escalators. And actually, you know, even in Singapore, I know here we go veering off, but in Singapore, actually a lot of escalators near the city. So not like more of the outskirts like city because people are working. The escalators tend to be a little bit faster. Not as fast as Hong Kong, but faster. And during like peak hour, it can get so packed. People are walking on one side and then people are waiting on one side. You know, it's not both walking. Sometimes, unfortunately, we get I mean, you don't blame them because they're a little older, right? They step off the escalator a little slower at the edge. You know, there's like maybe they're like 80-year-old uncles,
Don't tell
and
me
they
they got
stop.
pushed.
Yeah, and they
Oh, they
stop
stopped.
right. And they get off and they stop there. You know, they literally
So you're like,
stop. And everyone at the back is like, bro, falling over there. I tell you, it's happened to me so many times. And now what I do is if the person in front of me is a little older, I actually take a few steps back. Like I sort of like give them a bit of
I
distance.
always take a few steps back because there are so many times like I'm like getting off the train and going up the MTR, and then you get there and it's like oh, I'm gonna hit you, right? So yeah, I'm like, I don't
Sometimes
want to
they're
like,
preoccupied, maybe they're playing their phone and then they take a like they
they're like
stumble off.
this, doing selfies, whatever. Like, get out of the way, get out of the way,
Get away! You're in a Hong Kong escalator. Get away!
exactly, get out of the way.
Oh my god! But yeah, you're right. Bali escalators are bad for heels. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like a sneaker girl now because those are just easy. I can do 3-step jumps. No, I can't. But you know what I'm saying? I just like jump over.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. Okay. So before we go to the next banner, actually, you know what? Let's do the next banner so that you guys can comment on it. All right. Let's do this one.
Smiling like this. Oh.
All right, people, my lovely watchers and audience, what is your point of view on sharing your essays contact to people? And you can answer the word people in multifaceted. You can talk about friend people, colleague people, just people, or just people in
Strangers.
general. Yeah. So you can decide how you want to answer this, but I would love to read everyone's comments before I share mine. I mean, well, you guys know I kind of talked about it in the luxury live show. It's like no, and I also did it in a video like no, even if they bribe you, no. So let's hear everyone.
I wonder what people are gonna say. I mean, you have what, 20,000 followers now, so if there are like 20,000 people contacting your essay, what would happen?
Oh man, I think being on YouTube has definitely made me mature in my kind heart. I'm actually a really kind person. Like I think I can't not help people. Like if I see someone that is I could help them, like I could help them, I would do it. I won't say no. I would just like yeah, it doesn't take a lot out of me, and I will do it. So I think I take after my dad, because my dad is exactly like that. He's like, yeah, okay, no problem, just do. It's so casual about it. But then being on YouTube, oh man, I have totally changed. It's definitely made me grow up. Like I'm not gonna be, I don't want to say take advantage of, but at the same time, being too nice is also a problem. But yeah, maybe. Let's hear your
It's
thoughts
like being
first.
a parent. Sometimes you love your children, but you can't be too generous, otherwise you spoil them.
Yeah. So I think that's
Yeah, a bit like that. Is that I don't know. I don't have kids, so I can't. Yeah, but
it's like
maybe it's
I
a bit like
wanna,
that.
yeah. Yeah, you don't spoil them, because if you spoil everyone, so if on this situation, like if I were to do everything for everyone, right? On the channel, right? It kind of bites me in the back as well, in the way, not in the sense that I don't have time, I lose time for myself, but at the same time, I
Yeah,
don't
your
know.
boss would be like, "Kat, what are you doing?
I'm
Are you
helping
like
somebody
responding
find
to
an
you?
essay.
Are you doing your work? You playing on social media like all day?
It's really busy. People are asking me a lot of things. I have to help them.
Kat, we're paying you full-time job. What are you doing? Are you playing on your phone again?
All right,
I
so
gotta
what is
get
your
this
opinion?
bag for my subby.
Nothing mean. I mean, I have to spread it out a little bit. But okay, so let's not, I mean, those are all kinds of questions and help, but this is more of like a comments of sharing your essays contact to people.
Okay.
What about?
Okay. I'll be okay. While people are answering, I'm gonna answer this. Okay. So it depends on the brand. It depends on the brand. Okay. So honestly, if someone asks me like where I got my portable washing machine, who I dealt with, well, actually I bought online, or if I was buying stationery, I play with fountain pens and they want to know who I dealt with, sure. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. Now we get into brands like Chanel, okay, where now it's like limited to like what, one bag a year or something like that. And like, say there is this hot bag, okay, say for example, that 22C pink classic that, everybody knows, like I'm a huge fan of pink, right? So if like, my SA might be allocated that one bag, okay, for one person. Do I want everyone else to, get that bag? I mean, and I can only get one, right? So, it's a bit competitive to get that one bag. So if me and, like I don't have 10,000 subscribers, or like they're all asking the same essay for that one bag, who's she gonna give it to? So, it's, you know, unfortunately, I might not want so much competition, um, because there could be certain items that I want. And also when I refer people, I like to refer people I know and trust. It's like
Mm.
when people like ask me, like, it's kind of like people sometimes are looking for a job, for example, okay.
Mm.
So I know a lot of people in my industry because I've been doing it for 20 years. So someone who I know is a hardworking, good attitude, sure, I'll refer them to, an employer, right? But like if that person is just like bad attitude, mean person, lazy, I probably wouldn't recommend them to my client or whatever, because then they'll blame me that like I gave them a bad referral. So so one of it is that, okay, they're limited bags, there's like competition issues, and second of all, I wouldn't want to refer someone I didn't trust to them or know to them. So yeah, it depends on the brand, and it depends on whether I know this person. It's kind of like referring someone for a job, which is probably more important than a bag, right? So I really wouldn't, like, I mean, I don't want to bring trouble on other people too, as much as I also want to help people. So if, if I don't know, I can't do it because it will reflect poorly on me. And then the next time the Chanel essay thinks of me, it's like, oh, she like, keeps referring all these like nasty customers to me. So, yeah, there's a couple things like that. So, yeah, but I rarely would refer an essay, especially if it's like Chanel or Hermes, because of the competitiveness. And also just because they click with me doesn't mean they'll click with you, right? Like my essay, I've worked with the previous one for 10 years. Like she knows me. I bought from every department from her. I must have like a half dozen Chanel jackets. So obviously the treatment towards me versus the treatment towards someone who's going in for the first time is going to be different. So just because I referred an essay to you doesn't necessarily mean you'll get the same treatment that I'm getting, because I've dealt with her for 10 years. There's a relationship and I have a purchase history. So, everybody's kind of journey, sorry for the word again, whether it's like Chanel or Hermes is a little different, and who you click with is a little different. So it's kind of hard, it's like, when I was younger, oh, can you like introduce a boyfriend to me that's like future husband material or dating material? It's kind of like very subjective, right? Because everybody's a little different. So I kind of hesitate, especially people I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, and depends on the brand. Sorry, that's a really long answer, but that's
But it's thank you.
truly
It's
what I
actually
think.
really really insightful, and I think and what you said, especially about introducing someone and not sure if they click. I think I have been through it because in my starting of my journey on YouTube, not even luxury journey, but journey on YouTube, I was really I'm kind of like, I think I started off my channel as well of being a very helpful YouTuber. Like, if you wanted something, just contact me. I will introduce my essay to you. And I've even shared my essay, especially my LV essay, on my channel. And a lot of, I think, they told me that they got a lot of customers from that. But also, as I tried to help my essay, I also realized I did not help my essay, because out of the 5-10 people that say contacts them, 7 or 8 of them are just duds. It's time wasters. It becomes troublesome. Of course, you know that saying, like, don't let the one rotten apple spoil the whole basket, that kind of thing. So that is also an issue, right? Whether it's, do you push all business aside, or you be selective on it? So I think I learned from that. And then when I went into Chanel and I had my Chanel essay, I kind of controlled how I shared my essay. And I think what you said about knowing the person first is very important, because then I sort of do a initial assessment of like, should I trust you? Should I trust you before I share it out? Because every luxury house is different, right? They would want, whether or not the essay, but the luxury house itself, do they want to be advertised, right, by these influencers, or even just in general being shared out like that? Or do they prefer that face-to-face, one-to-one relationship where that customer actually walks in and find their own essay? So I think Chanel and Hermes are definitely that kind of luxury house. They do not like to be on social media. They don't like to be they want to hold a bit of prestige, a bit of mystery. Whereas for LV and all, I think they're more I think the essays there are a little bit more free, and you can see it actually on social media. Some essays, whether it's Gucci, LV, Dior, they are even on social media with their names, XXX_LV. You don't see that in Chanel. Rare. Maybe they sneakily do it, and you definitely do not see that from Hermes. Hermes is totally, probably a no social media policy. We just don't know it because I don't see any. So I know it's a long answer, but I think what you said about sussing out the person, giving it that kind of referral, is very important. And I think for me, after so many mistakes and I've done, I have sort of adopted a no sharing policy anymore. Yeah. Even if I know that person, like I've spoken to that person, I have adopted from sharing crazy to today. It's a no sharing policy. I still feel like it's a kind of like a, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde. Okay, Jekyll and Hyde of cat. So who's the evil one? Who's evil? I think Jekyll is the evil one. Hyde is the evil one.
I can't remember.
Okay, anyway, the evil one will say no sharing policy, and the good one will be like, oh, but I think this one is okay. This one is okay. So I still have a bit of Jekyll and Hyde bipolar thing in going on my head. Like, should I do it? And sometimes I will contact Clara. I say, do you think I should do it? She's like, no.
Yeah, you also don't know how they're using that contact information, and for that reason, like even my own personal information, I wouldn't want my friends to share my information to people I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So why would I do that to my essay when I wouldn't even want to share my personal information to, like, say Kat like meets a random person and say, oh, I know where Clara goes to work and where she lives. Let me just give you her mobile number. Like it's a bit kind of like that. Like I wouldn't want my personal information to be shared without my permission. So in that way, I know they're like an open business too. And to be honest, like, there are so many essays, so many shops. It's like just open door policy. You can go in, but yeah, I kind of feel like Chanel and Hermes is a bit more exclusive. And like you said, it's more like one-to-one, more personalized.
Yeah. Whereas the others may not. So I just feel like over the years, we really see this. Plus, in the past couple of years, I feel like they have become even more secretive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that's, your point of view is very clear. I think for me, like I said, it's quite clear. I have adopted a zero sharing policy. It will be an exception if I share it out, because maybe you've spoken to me a few times and I feel comfortable, but I get so many requests from people that don't even follow me on IG, and they just text me and say, "Can I have your essay contact?" Like, it's like one liner. I'm like, no.
But I wonder why they asked you. Do you think it's because they think that your essay has access to more bags, or that by naming you they can get the bag they want?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, it's not like it's not exactly what you said, right? These luxury houses are not closed door luxury houses, right? They're not that kind of exclusive. You can walk in and find somebody to work with.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, say if you came to Hong Kong and you walked into Chanel and you said, "I know Clara, can you give me this bag because I know, like, she's like a good client." Like, they might look at you and be like, "Who are you?" Whereas it's very different if, like, say I went with you to the store and then, they know that you're a good potential customer and I've, like, referred you in person, I know you personally, then they might be able to do something for you. But I probably even wouldn't do that without knowing you very well, because, that also subtracts from my quota, right? So for me to sacrifice my quota to, like, my
you've got
friend,
to really love that person.
yeah, I have to really, really like the person, right? Because otherwise, which I'm happy to do with Kat or like Amy and even Isabel, but like if it means like I'm sacrificing my quota for you too. So with the kind of Chanel and Hermes, I feel like there's a bit of that element, whereas other things like you said, like LV, Gucci, it probably won't matter as much because there's less of this kind of like allocation competitiveness type of thing. So
yeah. Okay, so let me just pull some comments. Yeah, and that's it's really interesting because as you're talking, Clara, I'm listening, but I'm also looking, like, oh, multitasking. Okay. Dapo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I asked my essay if he minds I introduce a friend, and only really close friends. If the essay minds, I won't share. Yep. The fact is, Hermes essays don't need you to introduce a customer. They have way more than they can even serve. True.
it's so true. It's so true. I once brought a friend to Hermes and I asked, "Can you help my friend?" And she said, "I will only take her if she's a very close friend. Otherwise, I'm not taking any more clients." So, like you said, they don't always need or want extra customers. Maybe they already have enough. Yeah.
They have way too many. They cannot. They just like, I cannot. Can you just take my customer? Yeah, possible. You just cannot handle it.
Yeah.
Miss G, IMO2, Clara is correct. Essays may act differently to clients. Yeah, they totally will, right? Because they are people as well. They gotta suss this new person out. You may be introduced, but they gotta suss you out, see whether they click with you or not. Okay, happy Choco. Even people I know may behave differently to other people. People may treat people differently under different circumstances. When it comes to hate, some customers can be aggressive, Oh yeah, we know.
Well, it's super competitive at Hermes, right? So obviously, I can imagine the customers would be aggressive. Like, I've never personally seen it, but I can imagine, right?
Zero sharing policy.
It's like, why did you give the cat that and you didn't give it to me? Or why did you give it to Clara and didn't give it to Cat? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I can pull this out.
all that.
What? LOL, Cat, because you shared your B. Oh, totally, girl. Yes. Never again. I talked about it a few times, but I'm not gonna share the situation. Never, never. Yeah, it's stupid. Okay, I agree. Don't share because you don't know what kind of hellish, desperate behavior some random person may display to your essay, and it may sour your own relationship with your essay. Yes,
It's true.
it's
It's
true.
true.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Why didn't you all tell me this earlier, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we're just too nice.
Yeah, we're too nice. MK, I can still recall over a decade ago, my cousin from Hong Kong used to exchange contact of the easier to deal with essay of
FSH.
FSH with her friends. Ah,
Ah.
yeah. I think maybe in those days was different. Like a decade ago. Wow, that's a lifetime ago
Yeah,
where
maybe it wasn't so competitive a decade ago.
yeah, it wasn't so prices were so much cheaper. People were probably not as crazy as today. And today it's
Yeah,
like
and then it's Paris. I just feel like things are always easier in Paris, especially for Hermes.
yeah. Hermes is crazy, you know. It's a whole new world.
That is the perfect song to describe it. It's
That
like
is the perfect song.
there's no other brand like it. So
No, seriously. Everything about every element is just it's 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 brilliant. I mean, as a business, it's brilliant. The marketing, the psychology, the secretiveness, everything. It's
yeah.
so it's just like ecosystem on its own. It's just working, and then you contain it. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
they
gosh.
totally perfected this kind of limited edition, secretive
Yeah. Limited
kind of thing.
edition, secret, yeah, and limited quantity. They did it.
Exclusivity.
No other brand. Like even if Chanel is trying to, it's limited, and then we'll be like, fine, don't buy it from you, buy from reseller, and, then, and stuff. But it and you get the almost the same. I guess for Hermes, you can also buy from reseller, but that feeling still, I think it's still so magical at Hermes that so far no other luxury house has managed to capture it.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's
Yeah,
the experience. Yeah.
crazy. Okay, Dina. Yeah, Kat. Then absolutely to people you do not absolutely then no, no absolutely to people you do not know and trust as a friend or a true follower that you kind of know. Yeah, I think true follower. I mean, I've shared with like followers because I do talk to people on IG. I'm not totally like, no, I'm not gonna talk to you. No, I do. It's just that I get some that are so random that it makes me wonder why don't you even try? Like you are actually going into this luxury journey of yours and you're sort of like, I don't know, not taking the easy way out. I don't know how to put it. It's just that uh, I don't know. I can't put
It,
words on it in it. It's like, do people do that now? Go on IG to ask other people, strangers? Like, if I'm in luxury, let's say like I like something and I don't have any friends around me that doesn't like it,
mm.
mm, I'll still go to the store and just try it out
Yeah,
first.
you have to. I mean, you have to
Then to
step in
text
at
a
some
random
point.
person on IG and say, "Hey, can you give me your essay?" You know what I mean? Like, if I'm trying to wear the shoes of this person, people like I get, and I just don't get it.
No, and it doesn't always work. Like
And
some essays don't necessarily work well with you that may work well with me or Kat, right? So I think you have to go and discover for yourself. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's like I want to go to that restaurant and try their food, but like, I want to, can you send me the name of the waiter so I feel better inside? Just go.
Oh, okay, well, once I was at H, a lady walked in, asked for some bags, and SA tells her they don't have bags, don't have what she wants. She screamed at the SA, asked Hermes to close shop. That's just nuts.
I don't know. There are people like that. There was once I went to a restaurant with my husband, and they didn't have the particular piece of bread that they usually they serve because they were out. They started screaming like so loud. There was like a whole basket of bread, but they didn't have the particular piece of bread they wanted, so they started screaming. So it's just a piece of bread. You know what I mean? It's like just because it didn't have the cheese bread, but it had like the blueberry and the chocolate and the plain, like.
Where's the walnut bread?
Yeah, exactly. How come there's no walnut bread? This is unacceptable. This is like a 5-star hotel. This is a 5-star restaurant. There is no walnuts in my bread.
Take it away.
What kind of restaurant is this? Close the shop.
And then the pot of tea comes back. It has little bubbles on the top. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know.
There are strange people. I don't know. Happens everywhere. Even over a piece of bread. So over a bag, I can imagine.
Yeah. That's true. Bag bread. For the love of bags, my Chanel and LV essay love that I share friends with them. On the other hand, I would only share my Hermes essay with people I'm close to or I really like. I'd ask permission first. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So it depends on your essay, right? If they're okay, you probably have to ask permission first. Actually, for me, I did ask permission, but at the same time, I think I have become protective over them as well because you sort of realize that you don't want to refer them bad customers.
Yeah.
Right? Because you sort of want to treasure that relationship with them. It's sort of whether it's building the quota or not building the quota, but just sort of like, you just want to make sure that they are okay. So you sort of shield them away from time wasters as well. People are like, can you give me the code of this number of this bag, and what color it is, and how much is it? Okay, and then they totally ghost you or ghost my essay. I'm like,
every 30 seconds. What's the color? What's the size? What's the weight? Can I get it? Can I not get it? Can you save it? Like, yeah, it's like my inbox. When people ask for my email, do I always want to give it out? Because then every time I open my Yahoo or my Gmail, it's boom, 100 spam, right? So, and maybe I only need 2 of those, right? So,
yeah. Joe overjoyed. There are random people everywhere. There's a girl there's this girl who has been bugging me at the gym to sell her my quota bag.
That's funny. Like, so is she like running after you on the treadmill?
Hey,
sell me your Birkin. Can you sell me my Kelly?
Joe, your Birkin, when are you gonna get a new one? If you don't, you sell to me, get it back.
Chasing after you in the gym. And then in the shower, oh, can I have your Birkin 30?
Hey, what about your Kelly? Hey, your Kelly,
What's in your locker? Open sesame.
Oh, that's so freaky. Oh,
Kat. Do people ask you for your quota bags? You don't carry your quota bags to the gym, right? Probably not.
No. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I carry my Fendi Nano. Oh my god, it has been totally like that. And she approaches me when I'm half dressed in a locker. Like wearing your bra. She's like, hey, your Kelly, do you want like
it's like you're doing your shower and then they open the curtain. Can I have your Birkin 30?
That's crazy.
So I changed I feel you're being exposed and exploited, Joe.
Change gyms, Joe. Time to go.
I don't know. Maybe you need to like change gyms. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, that is so funny. Yeah, but actually, just the most vulnerable. So vulnerable.
Oh, that is so vulnerable.
Okay. I lost it. Okay, where are we? Okay, here we go. For the love of bags, do you use several essays? I don't. I'm very loyal. I have one Chanel, LV, and Hermes essay. I have one Hermes. I have one Chanel. I don't have a LV essay per se right now. So, but yeah, but I am quite loyal. Like I don't really jump around. Though that's in Singapore. Like I do have no wait, I don't do I have any in Malaysia? I don't have. I'm trying to build some in Malaysia, but I would say per country, we should only keep one because they talk anyway, they talk to each other. What about you,
Yeah,
Clara?
for me, I used to have one very dedicated essay. So she moved to the UK recently. But I do have other essays that I work with because there's something like 6 or 8 Chanels in Hong Kong. So when I know for sure my dedicated essay doesn't have what I want because the store didn't purchase it or they didn't get stock, then I'll go to the other essays. But other than that, I will go to my one dedicated Chanel essay. LV, I have a few essays, but I'm very dedicated to the one. And Hermes, of course, they're jealous.
Can't afford many anyway.
They're jealous. You know, if you're
You're
not dedicated to them, you're out. It's
out.
like a marriage.
Get out.
Yeah, out, out, out. Other brands.
Actually, that's
out.
a good point. So I think when I met my essay, they actually checked my profile and asked, because I think before, I can't recall now. Like, oh, sure, is
They
this so
check
long
your
ago?
profile to see if you've been cheating.
Yeah, they looked at my profile and they saw that I actually bought something from another store. And they asked me that. Can't remember if my essay asked me if I still went to that store.
Are you still dating at the
Yeah,
other
actually,
shop?
you didn't ask me
The person
directly.
you
Yeah,
had a connection to, is that still going
are we like, is it
on?
steady? Is it steady? Or are you kind of
You
breaking up?
know?
Am I your fling? So no,
Yeah,
it was sort of like,
exactly. I'm like
yeah, I think,
possessive, obsessive.
I remember when I bought my Oran shoes, my essay actually checked my profile and said, "Oh, you bought this." But then because it's been so long and it was such a small purchase, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't go there," and it's sort of like understood that I'm taking on a new essay. So I didn't have to directly say, I don't go there anymore. I don't like. No, I didn't have to say that. But they actually do kind of verify if you're breaking up.
Exactly. They want to
don't
know like like exclusive. It's like
yeah.
yeah.
Are you looking for a new one, And I'm like,
Yeah, you still with the other person, because
don't
yeah,
waste your
that's the way
time. I don't
Hermes
you don't
is.
don't waste
Chanel
my
might
time. I don't
get
waste your
a bit
time.
Yeah, Chanel might get a bit, kind of like, oh, you didn't ask me. But Hermes is kind of like, you're cut out. You dealt with someone else. Your history
Your
is
history,
not
get out
good
of my
enough for
face.
me. I don't like your history. I did a check on you. I don't like your history.
Oh gosh, this is funny. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. All right, let's move on to the next one. That's funny, right, Clara? People have so many opinions. Oh, here. Okay, let me take Ching's cat. Hypothetical situation. What are you going to do when somebody bumps on you when you're carrying your B25, and then a coffee spills or stay? I would kill them. I would like, oi!
You'd be like, was it Ashley who said like if someone damaged her bag?
Wow. Somebody pours coffee on my it is, I think, one of my biggest nightmares because what can you do to them, right? You can just big tear come out.
You know what, Chad? There were so many times in the morning, like the time that I was texting you, I was getting coffee carrying my Birkin 25. I'm so scared that I'm going to spill my coffee on my Birkin 25 because seriously, that thing only goes up to here, right? So if I'm like texting you and I've got my coffee and my Birkin 25 is here, it's like waiting to happen.
But that's your own fault.
Yeah. And I just kill myself.
You're like, oi, yourself. But if somebody in the train knocks your hand and you, so it's them, not you, but in a way it's you, but it's kind of like them.
Yeah. You know, when I go on to the train with my Birkin 25, I always carry it inside a big recycle bag. I actually learned that from you to like carry your bag within a bag. Because you know, like the train, like, you know, people just purposely or unpurposely always just bump into you, right? Or they just want to see your bag and then it's like, oops. So yeah, I
Oh,
think
man,
if
I
you're
don't
going to
know.
places where it can be potentially under threat, like a train, I definitely like cover it with something. My goodness, it's so packed here. It's like, yeah,
Danger, danger, danger,
I
danger.
feel like every time I get on the train, like I'm always like, did someone just like touch me or did they molest me? Like, you know, like it's like, was that purpose or not? It's so crowded, right? So, especially in a train,
Mm.
there's strange people.
I think the crowdest train I've ever been in, like in my entire life, is Japan.
Oh yeah, Japan's the worst.
Oh my goodness, when I was in Tokyo and also in Osaka, I have I I have never been so closely intimate with a stranger. Like, and but they're so polite about it. I swear they're so polite. Everybody's like, oh, what is this? Sorry again. Sumimasen, sumimasen. And everybody's head is like that because it's not their fault, right? It's just so bad.
Yeah, I know how bad it is. And guys are usually like, "Oh, I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you."
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
so scared, you know,
Actually,
like the young guys. They're like,
they
"I didn't touch
actually
you."
put their hands up like that. You know, they're like stuck like that.
Yeah, because you never know. Because sometimes like you feel something like underneath. You're like,
Yeah.
and people are like, "No, not me, not me." You know, so
Yeah, Japan. That was just, oh my goodness.
I mean, what
So
can you do? You
yeah,
can't
what
do
can you
much.
do? This one.
You gonna ask them to pay your bag back? I don't know. You gonna go sue them? What can you do, really?
I think if it happened to me, let's say I am the criminal that I bumped into a person, because I know this is horrific incident, I think I would do the right thing and just say, look, if you need to clean the bag, I would pay for the cleaning. But that's all I
Yeah, I
can
would
offer
do that too.
as a person who is also a bag lover, and I bumped into somebody who has a coffee and it spills on her Kelly Cray.
Exactly. So
I'll be
if
like,
you meet us and you're carrying your coffee with your bag, like just don't stand so close to us. We can't afford to pay for your bag.
I
I
can't
might
afford to
be
pay for
able
it,
to
but
pay
I
for the
will
cleaning,
pay for the
but
cleaning. I am so sorry.
yeah, I would pay for the cleaning too, but yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
so I
really
would hope
harsh.
that person pays for the cleaning, but I would not impose on it. I'm like, you better pay for the cleaning. I won't do that because I'll be like, oh shit. What can I do? Do the right thing. Do the right thing, person. If they don't know, then you're like,
Yeah.
okay,
And some
what can I
people
do?
really don't know the worth of that bag. They just really don't know. Could be a street cleaner, it could be a mover on the street. They
Yeah,
don't always know. They just assume it's just a bag, right? Not everybody knows what an Hermes, a Birkin, or a Kelly is.
yeah. It's just a bag.
Yeah, chill, lady. It's just a bag.
Just a bag. Crack, crack, crack.
Yeah, it's the risk you take.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
risk
so
you take. Yep.
yeah. Yeah, so if I know I'm going to an area where it's potentially dangerous, I'm just more careful. So your
True.
nice afternoon tea, you know, like
Yeah, but you just ding, 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 and then you put it there for a little bit, and then you shuffle it to the corner, and then you have your tea, and then you pick it back, and that's where you bring your expensive bags.
Yeah,
Not to the
exactly. And even
market.
when you show it, you make sure like everything is like 5 feet away. Otherwise, the whole table will be like, "Nice bag." Ah!
Hey,
Oh my god!
nice. If this was a cup, hey, nice bag, nice bag. Like, okay. Oh, there's a glass of red wine.
Yeah, a kid with
Oh,
sticky
no.
hands.
Okay, Miss G, top 3 items that you love that you will immediately replace when something happens. Ooh, let's ask everybody as well. Top 3 things, top 3 items that you love that you will immediately replace. Immediately replace.
We're talking luxury, right?
Yeah. Stick to luxury because could be many things. You can be many my slippers. I'm like, damn, I need my slippers. So let's just stick it to luxury, okay? Hmm. Clara, you can go first. I'm trying. Top
This
3
is
things
really
that.
hard. This is really hard. Everything's so expensive, so
What would I
I
replace
can't think of
immediately?
anything I would immediately replace.
A ring, earrings, your pendant.
So like if I lost these earrings, I would just buy something cheap. I nearly lost them a couple times. I don't know. I can't really think of anything I would immediately replace. Maybe my work bag because I need to use it every day. My
Okay, yeah.
Foray Lepage, I would definitely. Um my Lindy 26. Yeah, because I use that a lot.
Good one. I think for me, one of it would be my Oran sandals. Because I use that every single day. I think this would make sense if the item we use every single day.
Yeah, or something like my Apple Watch. If it broke, I would go buy a new one. So, but for like really large ticket items, I
I
don't
doubt
know if
it.
I would necessarily really lust them that much unless it's something I used almost every day. Because I always feel like there's always something new, there's something good coming out. So, if it goes, it goes. It just wasn't meant to be.
Good one. Yeah, true. I think one would be for me the Orans, right? And then yeah,
Mm.
I agree. I think the Apple Watch has definitely grown on me a lot. I love using it for work. I mean work in a way because of my gym and also just for my own exercise. So if anything happened to it, I would probably replace this. Maybe I will replace it with the normal Apple first. I don't know. Maybe I'll get back to Hermes. We'll see. And then the third thing that I would replace immediately, if something happened to it. I don't know what else.
For me, it's also shoes, like my Roger Vivier sneakers, because I wear those every
Mm.
day to work and they're so comfortable. So I haven't found like anything that gives that same look and comfort.
Yeah, I can't think of
Yeah.
another one. But I think to answer this, from what I mean, listening to two of our answers, is something that is used every day that has a luxury price point. Maybe for me, another one would be my LV 6 key ring holder because I use that as my key
Mm,
fob. Maybe I'll upgrade, but I think I enjoy it enough that I find cost per wear very good. I will probably replace that, and my house keys, of course, since I lost the whole thing, or something happened to it, start to break down.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let me pull another banner while I scroll for people's comments and questions. All right, here's another one. People will love talking like this. Is social media controlling our lives and influencing our purchases? So this was also a comment from one of my Lux Chit Chats. I think it was, I can't remember the name right now, but yeah, I saw this. So is it controlling our lives and influencing our purchases?
So I don't know. I think this depends on if you feel it is. Like some people are so self-disciplined. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna watch social media for like a week and have a deep cleanse, or like I'm only gonna limit myself to an hour a day. So there's like the self-discipline part of it. Okay. And then for me, like um I'm like addicted like social media. Am I influenced? I would say yes. Is it controlling my life? No, probably not. I mean, um I think the good part is I still have a full-time job. So like, I'm not going to be on YouTube like during like the 10 or 12 hours I'm on work, right? So um but I think people still have discretion on what they purchase or not. So I mean, there's always like an it bag. Um, every season there's an it bag.
Mm.
Does it mean you're buying every bag that influencers are showing you? Probably not. So I think the example of that is like the Dior saddle bag, the one that looks like a liver. I learned that term from Kat. Like that was like shown like even to this day, left, right, center, Instagram. It was like all over the place. Did it change my opinion of the bag?
It
No,
did for
because
me. Like,
I just don't like that bag. So I think it's a two-edged sword. So I think getting educated about the item is a good thing for social media. Otherwise, you wouldn't know, oh, this bag has this problems or that problem. But you also have to use your own discretion on, whether what you're being fed is correct. But I think people have a tendency to rationalize what they think, and you actually go look for what you're looking for, and you kind of shut out the things you don't want to see. So it's almost like you're self inducing
influencing
it.
yourself.
Yes,
Mm.
and then the algorithm within YouTube knows it, because like recently I've been looking at portable washing machines because I'm in this quarantine situation, and next day, you know what? 20 like YouTube videos all on portable washing machines. So it's almost like yourself confirming and you know reconfirming, is that the word, reaffirming your own self
Reaffirming.
thinking.
Mm.
So you just have to limit what you see and take it with a grain of salt. But does it control you? It can, but I think you also have to have some self-discipline. Does it always fully control you? I don't think so, because there's so much stuff on media and you choose what you want to watch, right? If you don't like it, people do this and they don't show you what you don't like to see. So in fact, you're creating your own show and what you want and how you want to influence yourself. And then if you just don't want that, just don't watch YouTube or limit yourself to 1 hour a day or something like that. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Great answer. Thank you. I I do think that it's influencing. No, let me start again. I know it's influencing our purchases because social media is so powerful, but I
Mm,
absolutely agree about it being a cycle, because the more you watch one particular item, the algorithm actually feeds you with the same thing or around the same topic. And you may start off with a small step, but social media, with whether it's YouTube or IG, it just creates this whole universe that you've never been exposed to. So when I started watching YouTube, I never knew there was so much information out there, and you do get sucked in. And when you get sucked in, you
yeah.
could be sucked in from an education perspective, or you could be sucked in and then you're part of it, and you, next thing you know, you are actually part of that wheel, right? You're part of that wheel, churning videos like what happened to me, and now being part of it as also influencing you guys, but at the same time being influenced as well. So it's kind of like a hamster wheel. And does it control your lives? if you let it, right? If you let it be your only focus, and you don't know how to pull the handbrakes, and you actually kind of, I think in anything in life, like if you don't pull the handbrakes, you don't step out for it for a moment and just like reassess, then of course anything, doesn't even have to be social media, anything can control your life. So we always have to have different focuses, right? Maybe few hours of a day just do this, few hours a day go gym, few hours a day do this. Otherwise, yes, it will control your life. And because it's not even social media, social media is the new media. But you watch TV, right? You listen to the radio, right? You watch,
Oh
you
yeah,
read the news.
there are ads in the street. You're
Everything you're driving, you're like,
constantly
ooh, washing
like
machine.
every square feet of empty space can be used as a banner or a marketing tool. So it's not just online.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
just
like you
online
said,
is right
TV,
here.
yeah, radio, it's on the street, it's in the papers. You know, we are being marketed to, whether consciously or subconsciously.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's literally like what you said. You just have to be able to be aware of it and take that proactive steps to say, okay, that's enough. Need a break. Or just enjoy it and just like, okay, I don't mind being marketed to, because I have a very, very strong um mindset that I know what I'm watching, that doesn't influence me at all. Because there are people like that. It's like, no, I'm just watching for fun. And you are so stoic. You're like, just, no, I'm just seeing it's entertainment. There are. Okay, let's go and see what everybody's saying. Does it influence you? I think as a consumer of luxury and also a content part of the wheel, I admit influences my purchases. I don't deny it. Am I aware of it? I think that's the most important. I am aware of it. And do I let it take over my life? No, I wish it could be my entire life, but I can't, because, we're normal humans. We have to turn it off and say, okay, time to work, cook something.
Yeah, but it's
Really
not just
clean.
social media. Like your family influences you, your friends influence you. You know, if someone's been using a good hand cream, they'll be like, "Hey,
Yes.
like I recently got this hand cream from X shop. It's so good. You should go and get it." You know, you're
Yeah.
being influenced by them too. So, either way, you're just constantly being influenced. Or, I heard the steak at this restaurant was really good. So you're being influenced, not just online, but also offline. So the more time you spend with those people, you're influenced by them more.
It doesn't really need to be social media, but it could be indirect. Maybe your friend saw it on social media, so you're indirectly influenced. But I don't know. I think it's one of those things that, social media has been around for long enough that it's accepted. It's an accepted marketing tool, and it gets a lot of bad rap because it's the new marketing tool. News, propaganda from government, posters, flyers, TV, radio, street lamps, everything. They have been around for donkey years and nobody says anything, right? But social media, because it's the new thing and everybody's on it, it just gets the bad rap of like, oh, it's got the social media. Like, dude, you're watching TV, right?
Yeah, it's like the new normal and reality. So you just have to, if you feel it's not good for you, then just limit the amount of time you do if you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're going on a diet, don't go to a candy store.
Maybe it works for some people, right? They go like, I'm gonna test my resolve. I'm gonna test my resolve. Ooh, those honeycombs are good. Not going to do it. Okay, maybe it works. Like reverse psychology. Maybe. All right, Vivi. Absolutely influence. Now I'm trying to look for a good micro bag. Yes. Clara's like, no, I didn't look at that pink Celine bag yesterday. I did not. It just happened to appear.
I know. Blame it on social media. Don't blame it on myself. Self-denial. Blame it on social media. Don't blame it on myself. That's just great. None of it's my fault. It's
No, it
not
just
me. It's
happened.
social
It's the
media. It
wheel.
just happened.
It's the wheel. Okay, it's the social media wheel. It had nothing to do with you,
Yeah,
Clara.
I
Nothing.
didn't click on it. It's
Totally.
just chasing me. I didn't click on it. It's
It
not me.
appeared. Not
It's
me.
everything else except me.
Okay. I
Just
personally
kidding.
watch
Just kidding.
social media for escapism and educational purpose, but maybe they control me a little bit. Oh, you two were totally responsible for my recent development of fine jewelry craze. Actually, I blame Clara on my JUC Cartier, and that is absolutely Clara's fault. So touche on the micro bag.
Hey, Kat, I have bought so many bags because of you, including my Gabriel, the boy bag that I no longer own. Bunch of bags,
Oh.
actually. My Birkin.
Oh no, come on. That's not. We're all influenced by Clara's Birkin and Clara's K25 Eton, right? Right, Joe? You want that same color now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least I'm
Oh.
not pesting her at the gym about it, so.
Okay. Clara won't replace anything. Remember you talked about the De Beers diamond bracelet yesterday? Oh, when something is gone, it's gone forever.
Yeah, I know. With things, sometimes, yeah, once you lose it, yeah. You know, it's not like I lost like a toothpick and I go buy it. These are really expensive items.
Yeah,
It's
it's sort of like
painful.
it's just so painful that you wonder if it's worth getting back again. It's like, oh, do I want to put
Correct.
myself through this
Yeah.
potential risk again? Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a scar. You know, it's like a bandage that you reopen. Like if I were to purchase the same one again, I would just have memories of it.
and
So
fear,
bad.
because you when you wear it, you'll be constantly like, oh, is it still on? Is it still on? Is it still
Yeah,
on?
exactly. And then the luxury would own me and I wouldn't be owning the luxury. It's just like a bad situation.
Yeah,
It would
totally.
possess me.
It will be controlling you. It will
Exactly. It won't be social media controlling me. It will
it
be
will
the
be your De
bracelet
Beers bracelet.
controlling me. It'll be saying, look at me, check me. I'll be
Check me.
like, are you still there? Are you
Halfway
still
through the
there?
video. You know, good point. Actually, before I got my JUC fixed, right? My JUC controlled me because it was loose, and I was constantly. It was my JUC was controlling me because I was like, "Shit, is this still on?" Because I had one time fear of it dropped off. Right? Remember I said, "Babe,
Yeah,
it unhinged and it's so loose." And remember you sent me a video like you were like shaking it like this and it was
yeah,
so stiff. And mine was
yeah.
like click clock. And you're like, no, that's not right. And I was like, oh my God, it's not right. And it dropped off a few times while I was working. And
Oh my
before that,
gosh.
so that 1 month or 1.5 months, my JUC controlled me because I was constantly doing like, "Ugh, are you still there?"
Yeah, yeah, that's just like so awful. You're like, you become so obsessed with the item, you're not enjoying it.
More to life than that, man. Okay, Nadine, I think I missed this earlier. I was trying to look for it. So you got an offer to took a Swift Kelly Dance black rose gold hardware. Should I keep if rare, sell or return quarterback? Scared of Swift leather and its unknown bag. What to do? Right.
If it gives you anxiety, just goodbye. Like for me, if something gives me too much anxiety, yeah, why, right? You already spent so much money for it. Why, like, you spend to, your hard-earned money to enjoy things. If it gives you anxiety, why? Like, yeah. It's like I wouldn't spend money to go bungee jumping because I wouldn't enjoy it, right?
You know,
Why do I
I
have to
just
spend money to like kill
scream.
myself?
Why, right? Why put yourself through bungee jumping? Why? Why? Like, why tie your legs up? Why jump off a building? Why?
I don't know. Like if it's giving you anxiety, just get something else that, gives you more joy. you know, and that could mean different things to different people. Like, you know, yeah.
Good answer. Thank you. I think your second last sentence about scared that it's Swift leather and it's an unknown bag, it speaks a million words already, because that shows you're unsure of it. And for such an expensive item, you should not be second guessing yourself. And yeah, you kind of know your own answer. So let it go. Either you can either sell it or return it. It doesn't matter if it's rare. Everything in this world is rare as long as you know what I mean. There's so many other things out there. So I think you can sell it if you want to sell it. And so I think the last two are the sell or return. You have to be 100% sure, because these are very, very expensive items. And don't second guess yourself. All right, I have to pull this out. Sharon, I had some woman crash into my exotic B25 at cold storage. So that's a supermarket. It wasn't in a narrow aisle, so I swore that woman did it on purpose. What can you do? There are jealous bitches out everywhere.
I don't know, like take the frozen chicken thigh and hit her. I don't know. Get away from my bag!
My chip's more like
throw the chicken wings at her. Get away from my bag!
No, maybe Sharon, she was so like shell shocked at seeing your exotic bag. She actually came in a little too close and accidentally bumped into you. Sharon's like, no, she bumped into me on purpose. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I don't know. That's
hey,
like
what are you
another...
bringing your exotic Birkin to a cold storage? What are you doing? Why are you bringing your exotic Birkin to cold storage? Did I just say just now, don't be bringing your Birkin grocery shopping?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
Just
cost
kidding.
per
You can do anything you
wear,
want.
but I don't know. I don't know what to do about people that just like run into your bags. Like, what can you do? You can't. It's just the risk you take. You know, it's like if you drive a Maserati and like someone scratches your car, it's like, what can you do? You parked it.
You parked it next to a My-V. My-V is a local Proton car in Malaysia, which all My-Vs on Malaysian roads are maniacs on the road. They're like, eh. So if you see a My-V, you get out of the way, okay? Because they're tiny and they slam on their brakes. I mean, slam on their pedal, and they go like 200 kilometers an hour. So you park your Maserati next to a My-V, you're asking for trouble, okay?
Yeah, so it's always just the risk you take. So, I mean, that's why I think it's always good to have those non-luxury bags sometimes, because sometimes you just don't want to have to deal with that.
You need those bags.
Yeah.
You need those grocery bags. Those Hello Kitty bags that people like, ooh,
Nylon,
not
cotton bags. Or you might need one of those bags. Are there any like, bring your Valentino, you can hit them with the spikes, or I don't know. Get away from my bag. It's got spikes.
So these are the days where you need those Valentino. You carry your birthday like, I'm coming
You
for
come
you.
any closer, I'm gonna scratch you really hard with my bag.
I knew it.
Don't come
I
close.
knew those spikes would come in handy one day.
Exactly.
Oh, for the love of bags, do you ladies ever look at your handbag collection and get overwhelmed? Sometimes I do. Then a couple of days later, I'm fine, and then look for another bag, another one. All the time, when I look at my bag, I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of bags. And then next thing, I'm looking for another bag.
But it's like that with everything, right? Like, look at, like, I don't even have as much makeup as Kat, right? But like sometimes I look at my makeup collection, it's like I've got like 20 eye palettes and now I need another 2. And it's like
True. Do you have to be luxury? Yeah, when I open my makeup drawer, I'm like, oh, girl, that's like 50 lipsticks right there. I'm like, "Oh, close it. Then while I'm on, ooh, let's take a look at Beautylish. What new lipsticks
Yeah,
do they have?
exactly. Let's go
It's
to
good.
like the LV
Split
website.
personality.
Let's go to the Chanel website. Let's check out the fashion show. So I don't know. I think all women are just kind of like that,
Yeah,
or men, some men.
it's like something. It's kind of
As
like our
shopaholics.
yes, no, maybe.
That's why we're
we
all
have
here for each other.
all split personality. 1 minute we're like, we want to be minimalistic, and then they say, hey,
You
hey,
want
what
to
did you see at
curate?
that Chanel?
No buy. And the next
No
minute,
buy,
it's
no
like,
buy, no buy, no buy, no buy,
unboxing.
no buy. Next year's resolution is low buy. I'm gonna remove all my email subscriptions and then delete. 2 days later, oh, add me to email subscription.
But we're all like that, right? We all change our minds, or it's always, that's the struggle about this, right? That's why we're all here, right? Now, one minute, like, some moments we might be like, we're really good, and it's like, no buy, no, 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 nothing. And then next moment it's like, oh my gosh, what did I just do?
Where did those bags come from?
Yeah,
Blanked
it's
out.
not my fault. I was
No.
influenced by social media.
The wheel. It's the wheel. The wheel is
The
working.
wheel. I was influenced. I didn't watch social media. I was influenced. It's not my fault.
Not me. Not me. Wasn't me.
Yeah, self-denial.
MK. Okay. I personally put my expensive bags in cheap fabric tote when I'm in a crowded when I am in a crowded place, let alone public transportations. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
bags.
definitely the way to do it.
Okay, so let me just scroll. Oh, let's take this one first. From the bottom. Who are the most influences to you guys? Oh, who influences us?
Definitely not my mom. Don't buy more bags, lah. You bad girl, spending so much money.
Oh, I don't even dare to tell my mom. Then my mom, when I came back, she was looking at my wrist. She's like, "Hey, that one go lah."
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, like when I was back in Vancouver.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. It's nothing.
You were saying you're back in Vancouver.
Yeah, I was in Vancouver. And like, you can see she was like checking out all the jewelry on my hand. I'm just like, and I can always like already like think, she spent so much money on jewelry. Why is she spending so much money? She's not saving her money.
Parents will always be parents. They're like, save your money, save your money, save your money. Okay. But different generation. I mean, parents were very frugal, so
Yeah,
she will not say no to a bag from the daughter. Okay, she's like, "Hey, mommy, you want this bag? Oh, give it to me. Give it to me." So a few of my handbags have like disappeared into a cupboard, gone into the abyss. Oh, that's funny. Sharon's like, why? I asked her, what are you doing in cold storage with your Birkin 25 exotic? You ran out of mince meat for your dog.
It was an emergency.
Oh. So blame your dog, okay?
Well, I always carry that recycle bag within my bags, like my Birkin, or well, not always, but Birkin or Kelly. Yeah. So if that helps, I don't know.
So funny, Gills. Yeah. I think I don't know. I think malls are okay, but grocery shopping, well, yeah, like you said, in an emergency, you gotta go bring your bag. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want with your bag. Just make sure you're wearing Valentino spikes.
Don't come close. Just
Okay.
include comes in really well too, you know. Don't come near. Take off my nail.
That's true. Okay, I think I've got one more. Let me pull this. I didn't prepare slides, all right, for this. But I actually pulled it out because I was preparing it for my Lux Chit Chat. So these were actually another 2 comments for potential Lux Chit Chat sharing. So let me just pull it up. Okay. G Payton. Can you see that, Clara?
Yep, I can see
Okay.
it.
All right, let's just move Sharon's comment. Oop, let me just remove that. Hang on. Okay, so this was another sort of like a suggestion. So great topic. Let's chat about influencers and YouTubers making us feel like certain items are no longer in. It bugs me when someone says they are over a certain bag and we should move it on. Isn't luxury meant to be timeless? And if not timeless, then at least not fast fashion. Good one. Let's hear everybody's comment. I actually haven't heard of anyone except myself say certain bags are no longer in. Well, I've only said it with one bag, the Gucci Marmont. But other than that, every bag is supposed to be timeless, right? You buy it for that price to last forever.
You know how I see it, how you can tell if something is still in or not? And to be honest, you really shouldn't care if someone tells you it's in or not. You wear what you want to wear and you just rock it, right? You just rock it if you love it. But I think the resale value tells you a lot about whether something is in or not. So from a resale point of view, it might the monetary value of it may kind of show it's no longer in because it's not in demand, but you don't necessarily have to own what's always in big demand. So yeah, so
just keep the question
maybe
there.
it's more of what the current demand and supply are like that defines what is in, but not necessarily it shouldn't influence what you want to use and consider as timeless. So because for everyone that will mean different things, but from a kind of demand point of view, I think that's what maybe decides on whether something is in or not. So but that's fashion, right? This is how companies are able to get more sales or more revenue, because once they sell the bag, right, the only revenue way they're going to pay the bills is to produce more bags or more items to stay profitable, right? So you just have to decide for yourself whether you want to participate to that or not. So it's just the world we live in. So you just have to decide for yourself what's timeless for you and what you care about, instead of listening to what other people say. Because if you're really into just like the trends and you like new things all the time and you can afford it, that's fine. But if you prefer to buy something and use it until you're like 100, that's also fine. So
Yeah, great answer. I think a little bit like our answer earlier, where social media is the new media, the new norm of communicating and marketing things. Because before social media was really in, where do people see fashion? Either on TV, or if you've got cable, or the biggest one is magazines. So with
yeah,
magazines,
magazines.
you're reading it. You're reading it. It's not so in your face. And season by season, indirectly, they're telling you something is out. This is the next in bag. So of course you can't put negative words in a magazine, but you can always put, hey, the new hot bag, the Fendi Spy. I mean, talking about those days, right? And it indirectly telling you whatever you bought a couple of seasons ago, if you will, if you are a fashionista following magazines, they're not in anymore, right? And in those times, you can't resell things, so you don't really get that kind of information. You don't have that knowledge of people selling and people actually telling you, hey, that bag's not in fashion anymore. But today, or in the past few years, you see regular people, me, Clara, we're just working. We're 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 not celebrities. We're just regular people who enjoy luxury. And of course, you've got the big influencers like the Tamaras and all that, where they are actually regular people, but they are also on social media. There's a connection, and you have them say what the magazines are saying, but saying it actually say, this bag, I don't like it anymore. So it actually hits differently. It just feels more personal, but they are representative of fashion in their own world. So I just feel like it's because we have this new platform of sharing what's in and what's not in, and what we like and what we don't like, and what we think, I don't want it anymore, I'm selling it. It just creates more emotion, more connection, and more feelings, because they're real people telling you their opinions, compared to previously when you don't have this information. So maybe in the magazines it doesn't bug you because you're just flipping the magazine. Oh, this is the new bag. But you actually don't realize that actually the magazine is indirectly telling you whatever you got is kind of over, girl. That's how I kind of see it. I just think it's more personal now. And we just have to be aware, everything, right? Just be very aware that what you buy has to suit your lifestyle. And if it's a trendy item that suits your lifestyle, it does not matter what people say.
Yeah, I still have items that people consider out, and I just still use them because they fit my lifestyle. So yeah, don't be so bothered by it, different people have different lifestyle choices, or there will be some people who like to chase trends, and then there will be some people who have a bit of both, or some people who only buy classics. So just treat it as a different perspective on something, and then use your own judgment on what you want to keep and what you want to be on the trend for. So
yeah, good. This is actually really interesting. I think it's because information is so accessible right now with YouTube and even IG, that with luxury it's even more intense because they're spending so much hard-earned and saved money on it. To hear somebody say that these Valentino shoes shouldn't be wearing them anymore, I've sold everything.
No, they're good for the cold storage. I still have a pair.
They're good for the
They
cold
suit my
storage.
lifestyle. So even if you told me they're out, I'm still gonna wear them. It's a good idea. I'll wear them every time I wear my Birkin to the cold storage. I have
Or
a
at
use for
least to
them
the
now.
MTR.
Exactly. You dare come near, I am going to step on you.
I'm gonna stab you. Like so violent. We're all so violent. Oh my goodness.
Oh, these luxury YouTubers, so violent.
Okay. I think I saw a couple. Oh, here. Let's take two more and then we'll end. So fast, 2 hours passed. Wow. It wasn't even a luxury live show, but yeah, okay. Joe, will you reset your wedding jewelry, the one that you received from your in-laws, into new jewelry, or is that too inauspicious or pantang? I never even thought it was inauspicious. I was like, yeah, I will do it. I would do it. I would do it. Would you do it? I don't have a lot, so
I didn't get any wedding jewelry, but I did get some hand-me-downs from my grandmother. I don't have any really ugly jewelry, but if I did, I would, just to get cost per wear out of it if I really
Mm.
wanted to. Unless the type of workmanship on that item is like irreplaceable or lost. So, for example, the gold that I received, the gold jewelry that I received from my great great grandmother, it was using a
Mm.
type of workmanship that is no longer exists anymore because everything's like
Wow.
machine. It's a type of man-made workmanship that's no longer. So in that case, I probably wouldn't touch it. But if it was just like a, you know, I don't know, like maybe someone gave you like, those big plated pigs with like 20 pigs expecting you to like, produce 20 children and be a pig for the family, I would definitely take that to Goldsmith and I would say, burn it. Okay. I didn't get to come
Melt
into
it
this
down.
marriage to be a pig and have 20 kids and milk and feed them all. Okay. Burn it and make me something elegant.
You mean the plate here?
Yeah. Have you seen it? It's like a big gold plate. It's like a
Plate.
pig. And it's got like 20 piglets like attached to it because maybe the in-laws want you to be like fruitful and produce like 20 children
I'm dying.
and just be like a slob and like
Ah.
produce 20 grandchildren for them. So there's nothing wrong with that if you want to do that, but for me, like, I didn't come into a marriage to you know be a pig producing 20 piglets, so I would definitely burn that. So
You,
yeah,
you
so it
just gave
depends
me
on
some
what the
ideas.
item is.
I can give you my good friend who's currently in Australia. I went for her wedding. So during the tea ceremony, and because I didn't get so many wedding jewelry, I got a couple. Like I got the usual, like the dragon bracelet,
Wow.
and I think I got a couple of things, just but not a lot. Just those are the very standard, I guess. A dragon, this, a couple of necklaces. But my friend, I laugh because she was, they were, she was in her Chinese cheongsam, the wedding one, and they were serving tea. So every time she served tea, the relative will put something over her, and by the end of it, she was draped with gold. Like, but one of
Yeah.
it was a plate, like
Yeah,
it was like a bead.
exactly.
It's a bead. But because I didn't even think of looking at what the bead, like what was the design on the bead. But she had gold this, gold earrings, and I told her, "Oh, luckily you got 3 ear holes. Look at all those jades that are dangling from your ears." But she had gold this and then bracelets. But she had a bead plate, right? And I was standing nearby. I burst out laughing. I was like, "Woo, you got a plate! You got a gold plate!" You just gave me an idea. I'm gonna ask her, "Hey, were there any pigs on the plate?"
I mean, it's supposed to look grandiose, but what are you trying to tell everyone that my daughter-in-law is I expect her to be a pig and produce 20 piglets and become with like 20 children like
Oh my god,
hello?
it's
My mom
hilarious.
didn't send me to get an education to, just be a pig and produce 20 children. I
Oh,
mean, it's the meaning and whatever,
that is such a
but
traditional.
personally, I would be, yeah.
Yeah, burn it, melt it. That's a lot of gold there.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
never knew. I think I don't. Yeah, because I don't know what tradition kind of like engravings they usually have on these sort of um uh gifts. But that's interesting. I've never even I think the one that I when I was yeah, I think one of it when we went to the house, I remember one friend asked me, he said, "Oh, are you gonna have a kid jump on your bed?" And I was like, "Huh? What? Are you gonna ask me, as part of because they're so okay." So if for those who are not from like Asia and this is new, so many
You know what
traditions and
I would ask for? I would ask for someone to bring a Birkin to jump on my bed
yeah, there were so many
so
little
I can get
traditions that
many
people.
Birkins.
Yeah, so many, and then they asked me because, and for the life of me, we didn't get any kind of wedding planner, so we had all these like little things that we hear from friends, and we went to the shop, and they'll tell us, oh, you need to buy this, number of ang pao packets. They tell you the certain traditions you have to follow, right? Red
Yeah.
umbrella, umbrella when you're walking out the house, so that you shield the daughter, from the sun, because you're not as you're very you're the I don't anyway. I'm sorry. I know I'm all over the place, but there was so many traditions, and one of it was when they have the tea ceremony at the bride's home, or the couple's home. Before they walk in, they need to bless the house, and you actually need to buy a couple of like baby things, right? So you need to buy tam tong. Tam tong is what, a potty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. Like there are a few like potty, like baby related things, and you need to buy it and put it in the house. And then before you go into the family room or the couple's room, you need to get a child to jump on the bed.
No.
It's like oh my god, it's like a blessing,
I understand. It's for to bring fertility and good luck, but
yeah.
my friend,
like,
I
hey,
go into
who's
a
gonna
marriage
jump on your
for,
bed? Like, who's gonna jump on my
I
bed?
go in, I go into a marriage for companionship and okay, maybe kids if that's what you want, but like, yeah. I was
Interesting.
like for me, I was very straightforward with my husband. I told him I'm not gonna be the type who's gonna be like cooking 3 meals, cleaning your house, and producing 20 kids. Take it or leave it. Like I was really upfront, like when we first started dating. Because if you want that type of wife, you can go look for that type of wife. So yeah, the
Nice.
whole thing with like the 20 piglets and the big pig like hanging on my neck, like 30 pounds, and expected to just like produce like 30 children. Nah, go find someone else. Okay.
I don't want that 30-pound plate. But if you do get it, like Joe, you have a 30-pound plate, I would say melt it down, get some awesome jewelry. Actually, I was, it's funny that you brought this up, because about a few weeks ago, this is my wedding, like my engagement ring. And like Clara said, there's a bit of diamond shrinkage. It's like, I'm kind of looking at it like, oh, it looks a little small, So
I told you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this husband of mine buy me such a small wedding ring.
No, it depends on how old you get married. Because when you get married young, you're generally less well off.
Poor.
So you buy a smaller ring. You're poor. Like me,
Yeah.
I was like quite poor when I got married.
Look at that! I can't even see it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So I was thinking, I've been, it's been plotting in my head, and I think maybe a lot of people go, I'm like, should we upgrade this? Like, and a friend of mine said, don't upgrade it, just get it reset, right? So you keep the stone, but then you reset it more modern, because this is a typical kind of like engagement ring. Like maybe you reset it with diamonds at the side, at the, all that, and then it would suddenly look larger. Like, yeah, okay, I do it. No pantang, no inauspicious, do it.
Yeah, I think just like personally, I would do it too. Unless it had like some sort of special sentimental value, I'd just do it.
So I'm not lying. There were kids jumping on your bed. Joe said the kid who jumped on my bed was a little too old.
So what if someone else jumps on your bed? Oops.
What if I jump on it?
What if the dog jumps on it?
Oh my god, that is funny. But anyway, it didn't happen.
Pigs jump on it.
So maybe there is some truth to this kid jumping tradition, because I didn't have any kids jump on my bed. So look at me today, and we didn't buy any potty. So yeah, the person that said, "Do you have
do any of the tradition?" Yeah.
So people, take a lesson from here. If you're looking for kids, check out the Chinese.
Just get the whole village kids to all jump on your bed. I've never heard of it. Do the kid's birthday party at your wedding. Get them all.
Make sure it's like a water bed, like.
Yeah, bring in like the
that's
whole
so
ball.
funny. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious, people. Okay. Sorry, Pigs Dragons. Is it based on Chinese? Oh, actually, I don't know, Angel. So Angel's asking, sorry, why pigs and dragons? Is it based on your Chinese animal year? Why not just ask for Lai Si instead of gold jewelry? Because yeah, it can be tacky. I don't know. I think it's just tradition, right?
It's just tradition. I think pigs stand for fertility.
Dragons is
You know.
strength.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah.
Dragon
I think it's just tradition. But, you know, if you ask me, what I really like is that usually the tradition, they do give you cash offering, which is actually really good because then you end up buying what you want instead of like the plate of like 30 pigs. You know, you just go get what you want or need. Actually, when you get married, usually you need a lot of new stuff. So
I would totally change it. I mean, I would totally reset it. I have a little bit, but because it's not a lot, I wouldn't. And like you're right, Clara. Like if some of the gold pieces were very intricately made, I may not, just for sentimental reasons. May just keep it. So there was this one. I had this. I think it's my husband's grandparents' brother. So his grand uncle gave me this ring. Like it's one of those you know those older Chinese men, they like to wear like a gold ring with a jade.
Is it like a signet? Oh, it has a jade.
Yeah, the jade. Like it's a signet ring, like gold, and then and in the middle there's a jade there. So
is
the
it
gold,
like really big and chunky?
it's like one of those.
I think I have one of those. Yeah, I think I have one of those. You know, you never know. You might like that when you're like in your 70s. We'll all come out with our Birkin and our big gold ring. I'm gonna like build a spike at the end of it. Get away from me! Get away from us!
Ponga! What? Then my gold jade there, like, oh. Yeah, I haven't reset that because I just don't. But it definitely does not suit my style. It's very manly, right? Because it is a grand uncle. It's a typical male like signet ring, so big one like that. But it's a nice piece
of
jade.
Fall out.
Oh yeah, if I swing my hand,
and then I was like,
yeah, it's really large. Anyway, it fits my thumb. But it's interesting because it's that kind of gifts, right? So ask for Lai Si, a little heart. They usually give you heritage. You know, they like not hand me downs, but sort of like they bestow upon to you their treasures, which I appreciate. Just that they are sitting somewhere tucked in the back of the closet, like, oh, I remember you.
Yeah, it's yeah, I can understand it because you know during when the war broke out, people would just take their gold and leave, and assuming you melt it and you get money for it. But like honestly, most of people's gold are at the safety deposit box. So if it's like war breaks out or something like that, like these days, like nuclear war, do you seriously have enough time to go to the bank, open your safety deposit box, and get your gold? Like, yeah. I'm sure that plate with the 30 pigs would be the first thing I'd save.
Oh, not 30 pounds? For sure, we're grabbing that. I don't care. That is the one that I'm going for. Yeah, actually, the reason we're talking about older generation, right? So they do give us the gold because it appreciate over time, like stocks, very slowly, very, very slow and steady, wins the race kind of thing. And gold is very expensive now, so I do appreciate that.
Very expensive. Yeah.
And of course the craftsmanship. It's sort of like Chanel's gold, right? In the vintage gold where it's like 24K gold plated. And today it's
would you melt it?
Will I melt it?
Don't take my bag and melt the gold. You pass down the bag and the kid takes the gold and melts the plating.
24 gold plating, right? So I think like now with Chanel gold, like everybody wants champagne gold, right? Champagne gold, but actually got no value. So it's a little bit like, I don't know, 8K gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes those gold are hollow inside, not worth as much as you think. Yeah. You gotta probably feel it. You're like, ooh, hollow.
Yeah, actually, because the gold is so expensive now, I know that a lot of parents or couples sometimes they will buy the bracelet that's hollow inside because it's cheaper. So it looks like it's all decked out, but it's not like solid gold. It's like just, I don't know.
It's
It could be the ferocious like kind of plating from the candy. Like you don't know.
actually, yeah, some of it right now is so light, and they get like so expensive. So yeah, gold has definitely gone up tremendously over the years. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through. Oh, let's answer this last one, okay, before we go off. Gwen Lee. So what do we think of the Louis Vuitton denim collection and the mini nano with detachable strap that is in blue, pink, and classic monogram?
Hashtag influenced.
Hashtag influenced.
I don't know who. I think Kat, you sent me pictures of that, right?
Yeah, and
then
everyone here,
your
I'm sure
study
some of you here are culprits of influencing me. Well, I saw it on Foxy LV, and I've been trying. I've been trying to ask my essay in Singapore, who's not really my essay, it's sort of an essay, to let me pre-order the classic monogram.
Can I have the name of your essay?
No. Zero sharing policy.
What? This is not a zero COVID policy, okay?
Sharing policy. It's yeah, so if any of you are looking for it, this is the time, right? If you this nano speedy is the perfect one because it has detachable straps. Oh my gosh.
Look, I'm being influenced by her.
She's trying to get
I
it
wasn't
as well.
even interested. Yeah, so I wasn't even interested, but now I did text my essay. And sorry, I can't tell you who my essay is because she might only have 2 bags and I want it.
If any
No,
of
I'm just
you
kidding, but
have essays that you don't want the back, tell me, please. Because
yeah, tell us, please. Tell us, and then we'll
I'm
take
dying
it.
to order
We'll
it.
take it.
I won't tell you, but you can tell me. Clara, the blue one is China exclusive. Yeah. So Clara has a chance to get the blue one. Because I think Hong Kong and China, you can order it.
Yeah,
no,
I've seen pictures, but it's kind of hard to tell without looking at it. So I have no idea. I've seen the blue and the pink, so it looks very interesting. The price point is not too bad too, so I think it will be very, very popular.
very.
So yeah, if you can get your hand on it and you like it, go for it.
Just let me get it first, okay?
I don't like. I asked my essay, and she said they have no news on it, so it must be more popular in some countries to like start pre-ordering. Either that or my essay just doesn't have enough bags, so she's just like, "Go away, you're like number 101."
Maybe the pre-ordering has started for maybe the denim first because that's the first one that came out. But usually pre-orders open together. But it could be that they are only opening it up for maybe the blue or the pink first because they know that the monogram version is going to be very popular. But anyway, it has started. The pre-ordering has started. I'm trying to get it, but my essay says no pre-ordering. So it's so strange that some people have told me pre-ordering have started, but my essay says not yet started. So I'm
Maybe they can tell you their essay's name so that you can all get one.
Yeah. I give up. It's okay. I give up. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask, but yeah, I don't know if I'll get one because I think LV is also trying to limit the number of canvas pieces they produce because they really want to focus on their leather pieces. So if I get one, I do. If not, that's also okay. It's just not meant to be.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Joyce is saying that the new Nano Speedy is smaller than the current Nano Speedy. It's actually slightly shorter, but in terms of length, I think they're exactly the same. So the the existing Nano Speedy is a little bit more squarish, I would say, like taller. But the new one with the detachable strap is slightly shorter, so it looks a little bit more oblong, little rectangular, a little bit. Not. I think the difference is not much lah, because it's a nano bag anyway. But yes, oh my gosh, that was so fun. Thank you, Clara. Thank you, everyone, for
Yeah,
joining this
thank you, Kat. Thank you for inviting me.
really impromptu Vlogmas live. So I am doing Vlogmas for the rest of the month. Right after this, I will probably upload yesterday's Vlogmas, which I totally did not. I totally forgot. So I'll do that. So we'll have 2 content from me today, but then yeah, we'll back to daily uploads. So yeah, thank you, Clara. Thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that. And we will
Thank
see
you, Kat.
you next luxury live show. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye.